to create the force that would be used to take over this world.
Someone's poisoned the water hole.
Okay, so the monster, ogre Garrett Stone monster, lands on the ground after jumping out of the second floor, taking a large portion of the wall with him. Lands on the ground. Grug, you're still holding on tight, kind of on his back, and he starts flailing about. So let's go ahead and roll initiative for those on the ground.
26.
Oh, way more than that. I beat you.
Congratulations.
All right, so what he's going to do is he's just going to reach up with his arm and just grab you and try and throw you over his shoulder off of his back. Success. So he grabs you and throws you off. He's not actually trying to do any sort of judo chop or punch or anything. He's just grabbing you and throwing you off. And he is considerably stronger than you. So he does so. And you land and slide your feet. Make a coordination check to see if you actually get to act this round.
Coordination is 14. I rolled a 4, so beat it by 10.
Piece of cake. So you actually land on your feet, still holding onto your axe, kind of sliding superhero style. Facing him. You want to charge and attack with your axe?
Yep. Grug attack.
Okay.
Ah! That's apparently an intimidating Grug yell. I'm not quite sure. I haven't mastered it yet.
Yeah, it's good.
We're going to say he kind of as he was landing, he's still kind of in the air when he grabs you and throws you. So he kind of lands and crunches down to the ground as you slide out in front of him, axe in hand, kind of facing him, and you just bound back.
Yep. And jump up in the air and try and hit him across the throat again.
Yeah, roll it. You want high because it's melee.
Yeah.
10.
A 10 is a horrible miss. Whoosh. It's actually not a horrible miss.
You're a horrible miss.
It's a regular miss. All right, so now we've got you kind of standing on the ground in front of him with your tomahawk, and he's, 10 feet tall, standing above you. About to be crunch time melee. Zrosi, you get to the top.
And pull out my lever action rifle.
Okay, so you're
as they jump out, I want to put away
pulling out your rifle, running to the top. So you kind of get to the big hole on the second floor, looking down at him at the end of the round, and it's only been a couple rounds. So you're actually Orin, you're still making your way around since it's only been a couple rounds. So because you had to climb down from the roof of the barn, move it all the way across the other side of the house.
I got distracted by pretty flowers.
Like, ooh, look, the sheriff. Anyway. So let's go ahead and roll initiative, everybody but Orin.
That's a 31.
24.
26.
So you guys all go first.
I am going to attempt to attack again.
Get him.
17.
That is a hit. Okay. Whack.
Okay, so now that he's dead, we're going to go ahead and...
Okay, so you hit him. You notice that as you're hitting him and the wounds are, gashing wounds with your axe, the one you hit him in the sort of base of the neck, top of the shoulder, or the one you just hit him across like the gut, they're opening up like a slash wound, but it's not like bleeding or anything.
Is it similar to the other zombies that we ran into?
Very similar to the other zombies, but not like he is obviously
intelligent.
Way bigger. He doesn't. He's reacting and making noises and stuff, but he's not like, oh, you hit me, he's still grunty, oh, smash, that kind of stuff, so.
Okay, I'm going to take a careful shot at him.
Careful shot.
I assume he's within 30 meters?
Yes.
So I needed a 16, I got a 6.
Hit.
So that's a hit. And then for location, I got a 6. I do not have rifle skill, so it's just a 6.
That is a left arm hit.
And for damage, I got a 5. But the wound modifier is +1. Is that to the hit location or
nope,
to the?
That's to the die roll.
6.
Okay. Yippee. And you hit him in the arm, and it doesn't even phase him.
Yeah, I'm trying for a headshot. I'm just missing.
All right, so then he's going to bring his fist down Monster Smash style on Grug and miss horribly. Grug nimbly steps to the side.
Grug say haha.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll initiative. 26.
Oh, 19.
31.
All right, Grug.
17.
17. All right, so that is more damage. Okay. Just slicing him across the chest and arms, upper leg, gut, just whack, 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 whack.
I want to go for his stones.
All right, so he's gonna smash punch again, and you notice that the remaining soldiers that were outside have like ran and scattered in terror.
They're not even going to help?
No, God damn, they don't know what this beast is.
What about the sheriff?
The sheriff actually, Orin, you kind of see the sheriff on his horse trying to get the soldiers to come back. He's like, y'all don't run off. We need you. We need you. He's trying to rally them.
Yeah.
As you're moving around, going, oh, something big's going down over here. You're hearing gunshots and roars and
Squad leader style.
yeah, rally. All right, so he's gonna bring the smash down. Yeah, that's actually a hit. So that's gonna be 3 damage to Grug. Yep. So smashes down. Grug takes 3 points of damage. But because of his size, we're gonna force you to make a current strength check to avoid being knocked down.
Failed it by 15.
Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, he, double fist smashes down on you, and you just kind of crumple to the ground. Oh! So, you're down until you make a strength check.
Roger.
Okay. So, and
So
then...
I'm taking a careful shot at him.
Yep.
And I need a 16 and I rolled a 15.
Kapeer!
And then for location, I got a 4.
Yeah.
His other toe.
Right leg. Okay.
And then for damage, with the modifier, I got a 4.
Okay.
I'm at 13 of my 15 shots fired.
All right. So, Orin, I'm going to make you, give you a coordination check to see if you can hustle around there and be in this round.
All right. I have a 13 coordination. I rolled a 12.
So you actually can be involved in this round.
Hooray!
So let's everybody roll initiative. 24.
32.
25.
28.
Dang. So,
Take another careful shot.
okay.
And I needed a 16. I got a 2. For location, I got a 9.
Left shoulder.
And for damage, I got a 1 plus 1 is 2. I couldn't think. Like 1.
All right. So, Orin, you're coming around, and you see
This
10-foot tall mutated Garrett Stone. He looks like the Incredible Hulk, kind of, but still regular person colored. Just bulging muscles, roughly 10 feet tall, standing over Grug, who's kind of on the ground, and you're like, holy crap.
I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot at him.
Okay.
Just yell at him.
Stop it.
Stop it, guys. I needed a 14. I rolled a 10.
Hit
And then a 5
in the left arm.
for 2 damage. Really good.
He's just shooting his legs.
Arms and legs. But it's really seeming to have no effect on him. And if it is having an effect, it's having such a small effect, it's not really even doing anything. All right, Grug, so if you make a strength check, you can actually do something.
Current strength check.
Correct.
Oh, I'm being missed it by 1.
So you're kind of still dazed on the ground. Shake it off, Grug. Shake it off. So it is his turn, and he's just going to pound Grug again. Whilst on the... Yep, that's a hit. That's a high number. So, yeah. So Grug, he's just smashing him. Boom, boom. Hulk smashing Thor in Ragnarok style as he's just getting beat into the ground. Boom, boom, boom. So you take 3 more damage, taking your current strength to 1. So you're pretty much down. You're still conscious, but you're basically just like, ugh.
Yeah, way beat up.
All right.
I'm going to take a careful shot.
All right, so we're actually going to roll initiative.
It's a new round.
Can I do initiative still?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 35.
I got a 20.
38.
30.
What? I literally can't roll that high.
He can. All right, so he's going to pound Grug again.
Oh, boy.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
So he hits the ground near you since he's kind of digging you down into a hole. He's just bam, 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 smash, smash, and yeah.
I'm going to get myself out of this one.
Yeah, roll that 1.
6.
Oh, so close. Okay.
I'm going to reload.
Okay. Careful shot. I needed a 16. I got a 12. Then for location, I got an 11.
11 is a shot to the abdomen.
And then for wound, I got a 6.
6. Okay.
Goodbye, Grug.
And then you've loaded your break barrel rifle.
Yep.
Ready to shoot this fella. All right, so at this point, the sheriff has apparently failed to bring any of the soldiers back, but he himself has come back around, and he's off his horse at this point, and he's got a shotgun, a big double-barrel shotgun, and he just yells something at the beastie, and it kind of turns to look at the sheriff. So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
29.
27.
22.
Monster got a 33, and the sheriff got less than that. So Monster goes first. So Monster Garrett Stone has turned to look at the sheriff. He's going to take kind of 2 leaping bounds at the sheriff and try and smash him. I rolled a 4. That's a miss. So and the sheriff just kind of does like a sort of a duck roll underneath him, and as he's rolling underneath him, he lifts the shotgun straight up and just unloads both barrels into the belly of the beast.
Right up his ass.
Wow.
No, just into his gut. I rolled a 2, so that's a hit. I guess location, couldn't really be anything other than something low down on him. Abdomen, that'll work. Ooh. So yeah, kind of in his crotch groin area with a double barrel shotgun. So, boom!
What can I say? We don't need any little stones running around.
So yeah, large chunks of the monster kind of go flying, and the first visible slowing down of this thing as it sort of lands and kind of falls to a knee and slowly gets up and turns. All right, guys, what do you do?
It's just about enough damage, I guess, or he hit it in the head. I reload.
Okay.
A shoot. That's a hit. I needed a 14. I rolled an 11.
You have rifle level
That's
1.
a 20. Oh.
And that's a 20 before the rifle level 1.
So
it's a 21.
For hit location is 21.
He makes a 19.
Right in the middle of right between his eyes.
I do 5 damage.
5. Is that before modifications?
Yeah.
Ooh, so you actually do. All right. So you shoot him just square location 21, which is off the chart. So right between the eyes and the head. Kaboom! And he just kind of, he was already kind of staggered, slow turn. And then you shoot him between the eyes. And he takes a couple more steps at you, at the sheriff, actually, who's on the ground right in front of him. And then just falls down on top of the sheriff.
The sheriff doesn't dodge?
Damn it, Nate.
Yeah. I want to stand on that, put my foot up on the monster's head and hold my rifle.
I'm going to climb down and try and
Get a
the
picture
sheriff
taken.
up.
Yeah, I'm going to go up, try and move the body off and make sure the sheriff's okay.
All right. Well, you're
Yeah, I'm pretty beat up.
yeah, you are. So yeah, apparently the monster Garrett Stone is now down. He's done. And you help the sheriff out. He's like, "What in the heck is that thing?"
Can we cut his head off just in case?
Are you still in the house?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
there for a
he
moment I
was
was
up
like, oh, I got
firing
it, but
from the
I
hole.
finished reloading and stuff, so. I see you've got the sheriff. I don't actually wait, I see the sheriff, is alive and just go to the room that he was in and start looking around.
Okay. Everything looks like you would expect. It looks like a few soldiers came up here and are now lying dead, smashed. One's skull is completely caved in, another one's just like his arm is ripped off or something. Make an observation check to see if you notice.
Which my observation is a 14, and I got a 3.
Okay, so you actually notice, since you beat it by 11, there is a box with some vials of liquid in it that look like there's only about 3 of the 6 vials remaining. It looked like it could hold more than is in it. And you also see an empty one on the floor.
Kind of like maybe these were the chemicals that he was waiting for.
Correct.
Back at the cave.
And there's an empty vial that looks like, and there's still a little bit of liquid on the ground.
But I don't find any, like, tube thing like we saw at the cave.
Nope.
Okay. I take note of that.
We can anticipate 3 more fights
Are
like
the vials like capped?
Corked.
Yeah. So I guess I'm gonna take at least whatever I can like safely put in my bag.
Okay.
So even if I can't carry all of them, it's not like a full set that's left behind.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to.
Well, the vials are only, they're pretty small.
Okay.
You could easily take all 3 of them.
Okay, that's the goal then. And then if I don't find anything else of use in the room, I want to go back out. And I'm going to actually leave the building, and I want to inspect stone and see if I find, like, the tube holes.
Okay. All right, so you're upstairs searching, get the vials, see the bodies, all that stuff. While that's going on, down at the dead monster and the shaken-up sheriff and the beat-up Grug and the perfectly fine Orin,
Who ran around the house a bunch of times.
Sharpshooter Orin.
That's right between the eyes with that buffalo rifle.
I'm going to do some medicine juju on Grug.
So you're going to see if he's okay, use your medicine skill, kind of
Yeah.
doctor him up. All right, so go ahead and make a medicine check.
13, and I rolled a 5.
All right, so yeah, you take care of him. He's seen worse. He's kind of, you do that. The sheriff's kind of brushing himself off. Still, he looks really confused about what the hell this monster thing is in front of him.
I'm not back yet, am I?
No. And so he kind of looks over at Grug.
Grug confused. Grug fight big monsters like this where he from, but this one hurt more. Grug very confused.
Well, okay, so at this point, you start a conversation up with the sheriff. Nagi, you actually, Zerosi comes, he's back and he's looking out the hole on the second floor, looking down on everybody.
I shoot the sheriff. Wait,
But
I did not shoot the deputy.
Okay, I was going to say, are you going to shoot the deputy? All right, so Nagi, you're kind of standing on the second floor right above the guys as the conversation's going to unfold here.
Hunkway wonder why sheriff come to place with guns and many men.
Well, I had a very suspicious interaction with Mr. Kevin Legrand.
I'm gonna pipe up right there and just cut him off. Oh, Kevin Legrand, he was here, and I don't know where he went after the fight. I haven't been able to find him.
Yeah, I believe he skedaddled out of here heading south. I was about to give him pursuit, but then this monster jumped out of the wall. He was headed south toward the Badlands. But, yeah, I was real suspicious about him because on the night that his son Benny was captured, I was talking with him in the saloon about the incident, and all he seemed to be concerned about was he kept mentioning to make sure that the shipment that was arriving that night was handled and taken care of properly. And he didn't seem overly concerned about his son until we was going to go talk to the mob that was forming outside, and then he seemed to force himself some fake tears from what I could muster up from our conversation. Just something didn't sit right about that with me, so my suspicions began there, and then I remember dealing with several other shipments coming in for Colonel Daughtry. And they were coming from all over the place. Some of them were coming from out of the country. All these weird shipments of chemicals and machine parts, and Kevin Legrand was oftentimes receiving them for the colonel, heading down to the Lazy J Ranch. Things were just really suspicious, and the icing on the cake, or the straw that broke the camel's back, was the night that his son was captured, and his sort of apathy toward the whole situation, and is more vocalizing a concern about making sure that the chemicals that were arriving either that night or the next morning were received, basically made me think that he was involved somehow in his own son's kidnapping or something like that. So I ran off to go to try and enlist the aid of the soldiers from Fort Griffin and Captain Carroll's troops. So I ran off that very evening because I knew that mindless mob wouldn't. They were just concerned. They were going to go after the kidnappers of the boy regardless of what the case was. So I needed some level-headedness. So that's when I went and investigated with the help of the captain from Fort Griffin. And that's when we decided to trail and keep an observation of this ranch house, which is where the chemicals were destined with the aid of Mr. Legrand. So that's what I know about what's going on. And now I seen him fled south into them Badlands. You know anything about where he might be heading, boys?
Well, now, also, this is a pristine opportunity for me to take a moment and just let you guys know. I've tried the voice thing, and I'm really bad at them. And it makes me way worse at recording, so I'm just not doing a voice anymore. I will do the best I can to say whether it's me or the character talking. So
Works
this is
for us.
Zerosi talking. Well, we were out in the Badlands before, and that's where we went first, and Colonel Daughtry and the gang all have, like, holed up in a cave out there. And should I mention the scientist, Mr. Gustafsson? I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't, actually.
Yeah. Because it would be the missing person he would know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
And we actually found Kevin Legrand's brother-in-law, Felix Gustafsson.
Father-in-law.
No, he's the brother of the wife.
Oh, he's the uncle of the wife.
So that would be uncle-in-law.
Uncle-in-law.
We saw Felix Gustafsson's wife's uncle
There you go.
What?
working for the Daughtry boys, working on some chemical saying that they would, some chemical stuff saying that it would enhance the abilities of individuals.
Well, I don't know nothing about that. But if what you say is true, that seems a highly irregularity here. I wonder if it has anything to do with the condition of his wife.
He did say, we actually spoke with Felix. He believed that we were one of the members for a moment also. And he did say he was trying to cure Kevin's wife's, his niece's illness with this medicine.
Well, I hereby rightly deputize all three of you boys.
Hooey!
And your first mission is to go down there and put an end to this. I'm going to go back into town and make arrangements because I don't know if you boys are aware or not, but Mrs. Legrand, she expired. She is deceased.
Hunkway's going to bow his head.
So if this doctor that you're saying, this Gustafsson fella, was working on a cure, he might as well put that to rest because ain't no curing. She's no longer with us.
We'll be sure he knows.
All right, but I'm gonna go make arrangements with that, and now I'm gonna go back into town and try and defuse this angry mob that was unable to find them Indians.
Ewan's gonna say, yeah, we'll go back to the cave and deal with that, but we've been going for multiple days without rest at this point. Now that this is cleared off, we need to get some kind of rest before we go there, so we'll go first thing in the morning.
Yeah, you fellas do look a little worse for the wear, especially this Indian fella. Hunkway?
Hunkway.
Honk-
Feel great.
Hunkway. Yeah, I think you boys should get at least a couple hours of sleep. Head out there first thing as soon as you can. We'll go ahead and take care of this body, round up any of the other ranch hands, and I'll head back into town. Yeah.
We just want to sleep in the ranch house?
Yeah.
All right. Let's rest the night in the ranch
there's
house.
40 rooms.
Yeah.
So as you guys were getting ready to rest, and the remaining soldiers were rounding up the other ranch hands, you do notice that as the ranch hands are being rounded up, you recognize that Roy, the guy that kind of winked at you and told you to go to the barn, he's actually talking with Captain Carroll and the sheriff, and they're talking with him and stuff. He obviously is not a prisoner, so perhaps he was like an undercover person that they had from Fort Griffin that was working to, infiltrate and get information. about what was going on here. So after a night's rest, Ewan France is fully 10 out of 10 healed. Oren Deadmond is 11 out of 11 fully healed. And Honkwe is, 14 out of 16?
Yep.
So you're doing pretty good. And Honkwe's 14 out of 16 puts him into healed light wounds, so you're not actually going to suffer any penalties to combat or anything.
Oh, sweet.
But you are 14 out of 16 still.
Cool.
Okay? And you head south. Having made this journey, down and back, you're comfortable with it, familiar with it enough that you make it pretty quickly on the horses that you have. Nearing the cave, you actually hear the sounds of gunshots.
In the direction of the cave?
Yeah, like as you're getting near the cave. The cave is really close, and you hear gunshots.
I load my rifle.
Multiple gunshots. Well, your rifle's already loaded. I mean,
Is it though?
it is now.
Yeah.
All right, so you kind of pick up your step on horseback. Pick up your horseback step.
Yay.
And as you come up over a ridge where you can see, but still at a little bit of a distance, you see that outside of the cave, the Daughtry boys, you're assuming, have sort of created a little defensive area, like with the little huts and stuff. They're fighting a bunch of Indians, a bunch of those Native Americans that you met before that said that they were afraid to go near the cave because it was evil and things like that. They're fighting back and forth with men that were defending the cave. And you actually notice amongst the Indians, you see both Apisi and Chogon are there.
Do we see the leader?
The elder guy? No,
Yeah.
he was way too old to be fighting.
All right, I'm going to keep riding up and try and get within range and start shooting at the Daughtry boys.
Okay. Is
Oh,
everybody kind of riding up too?
I want to make my way kind of around and talk to those guys.
Kind of to the Indian side?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you guys are riding up, before you even make your way very far, you notice that Apisi sees you. And he's sort of like, he backs out of the fight, stops firing his bow and kind of retreats to safety from the fight and quickly and urgently motions you over to him.
I shoot him in the face.
Okay.
No.
Daughtry,
All
you're
right.
a Daughtry. Okay, welcome to the Daughtry gang.
Initiation complete. I turn and shoot both of these guys. Game over.
Well, I'm already headed that way, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm following Greg.
Yee. Yeah.
All right, so you guys get over there, and Apisi's like, Apisi is very glad to see you. Are you here to assist us fighting these evil men that have taken the sacred cave?
Ewan's going to say, just a day or two ago, you guys said that none of you would come near this cave because of the evil from it.
That is correct, but Apisi and Chogan spoke with Chief and thought it was not acceptable. It was not okay for you three to fight the evil while we stood back and hid from the troubles that are in our lands.
I guess the only confusion I have there is you called this the sacred cave. What makes this cave sacred?
Long ago, our people used to bury our dead here.
Kind of what we thought.
I'm going to look backwards, rewind my brain. Did the zombies seem like they were native zombies?
No.
Damn.
But the head was all disfigured on the top of the cave.
Right, it was made to look like a gargoyle or something.
Yeah.
Ewan, Flash, is going to say, we are here to remove this presence from the cave.
As we are here to remove the evildoers.
We need to get into the cave to fully rout them out. What would be best is if you and your tribe could draw them away from the entrance of the cave, and the three of us will go in and finish this.
We are not able to pull them away from cave, which they defend so bravely. But what we will do is cause distraction. We will increase our attack momentarily, giving you time to sneak in behind and go in cave.
Does it look like they're going to be okay if we don't help them? Like,
yeah,
as far as the battle
it
goes?
looks like the Indians outnumber them about 4-1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they'll be fine.
But they don't have guns. The Indians are using like bows and
Oh, I'm
things
familiar.
like that. All right. So what I'm going to need to do is, if you have sneak skill, you get to make a sneak skill check. If you do not have sneak skill, use half of your coordination.
Okay, well, my stealth is a 12, and I rolled a 5.
Nice. Made it by 7.
So my observation,
Nope. Coordination.
coordination is 13,
So you need 7 or less.
and I rolled a 6.
Nice.
Coordination is 14, so I need a 7, and I rolled a 7.
Oh, right on the money.
Yeah.
Okay, so you actually all, surprisingly enough, you all make it into the cave. Excellent. So you're all in the cave. The firing is, picked up quite a bit. Noise is going, smoke everywhere, and you kind of squeak your way through into the cave. And it's, the cave. You've been in here before, so you kind of know the layout of it. You don't see there's no signs of anybody in this cave right now.
Grug wonder where...
Let's just keep pushing forward and shoot Daughtry in the face.
Grug follows Erosi.
Okay. So yeah, you guys make your way to Colonel Daughtry's room, winding through, and there's no sign of anybody in here. So apparently all the people that were here are outside fighting. So
And I want to check, like, in the little rooms, that first room where those 3 guys were, just to make sure that Kevin didn't run into, like, one of the rooms or the beds or something.
yeah, kind of looking for Kevin Legrand as you're making your way.
not
to-
like ripping the beds apart, but just kind of peeking in to see if I see any body figures or him in there.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's no sign of anybody actually. So, the living room, kind of the main room where all the people were staying, is still there, but nobody's there. So, you make your way through it, and to Daughtry's room. You get to the door; it's closed. You go up, kind of just quietly check it, and it is unlocked.
Okay, I open the door.
So, opening the door up, and as you open the door, you see Colonel Daughtry sitting at his desk in his chair, back to the door, facing forward, and above him is like a black cloud of like foggy mist, black cloud with like stringy strands and tentacles kind of wispy coming out of it. And he's sitting there, kind of head looking into the black cloud, mumbling something that incoherent. You can't really.
Grug wonder what that weird cloud is.
Does it not look exactly like the cloud that we looked at before in the evil room?
What cloud?
I don't think there ever was a cloud.
Well,
there was a hole.
we didn't describe what it was. We look at a hole, we see a black thing.
No, it's just blackness. Yeah, that was just a black hole that you were staring in the evil temple room back in D&D in the underground
Yeah.
caverns. Yeah, that was just blackness.
Okay.
But this is very black and wispy clouds, smoky, misty.
Should we try and break his gaze again like we did before?
Maybe we could, jump scare him?
Just grab his chair, pull him away from it.
Grug think maybe that worked this time?
Okay.
Okay, so am I gonna do this?
Not I.
You
Nose
should.
goes.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak up, I guess, as quietly as possible.
Okay. And yeah, you as you're getting closer, you definitely hear him mumbling something that it's almost sounds like it's in a different language, but yeah, it's like all.
It's not a language that any of our initial characters speak.
No.
Okay, so I just sneak up behind him, and I just, turn his chair to the right.
Okay, so you come up behind him and grab and turn his chair, and almost immediately that black, fuzzy, hazy mist cloud just disperses into nothing and is completely gone. No sign of it was there that it was there at all. And he shakes his head, and actually he comes out of it this time. He's not staying that catatonicness that he was before. And he kind of looks at you with a very confused look in his eye. But he's not jumping up or he doesn't even have a sidearm or anything.
Okay, and I put my hands on his shoulders, and I just go, "Are you all right?" But it comes out, "Go, go, 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 go."
All right. And yeah, he has this sort of bewilderedness, almost like confused look on his face.
I'd be confused.
So I imagine we follow in, close the door.
Yeah, Grug's gonna follow in, close the door. Grug confused. What was that black mist?
his confusion seems to kind of go away for a moment, and he gets sort of no longer confused, but almost like you don't know, like as a matter of factness to his voice and everything, and he's like, I was speaking with the master.
Grug's gonna look confused at Ovak and Zerosi.
Ewan is gonna pipe up just, who is the master?
The master's the master. What? Are we defeated? The master said that this was going to be a successful.
Yes, you are defeated. I'm gonna just cut him off. Yes, you are defeated.
Oh, that's highly unlikely. The master said that this couldn't fail. That.
Well, I'm cutting him off again. Well, obviously we're here. You are defeated.
But
I've got Bluff convinced, by the way.
The master said if we had assembled all the right pieces in the right places, that victory was guaranteed and that our force would be unstoppable.
Well, apparently your master was wrong.
Grug's still confused. Who is master?
The master. He's the voice that came to me when we found this cave. I explored and saw. I looked into the pool and I saw the voice come out of the pool and speak to me in my mind, and the voice told me that I must speak to Kevin Legrand and work with him and acquire and follow the instructions of this doctor and come up with the formula to create the force that would be used to take over this world.
Someone's poisoned the water hole.
So as part of assembling this force, kidnapping people like Mac and the child back in town?
We needed to have a test subject for the initial serum, and Mac and Miss Campbell, Mr. and Mrs. Campbell, were an easy target because they were located outside of town. And we knew that Mac worked in the fields by himself, so he was the first subject. Before the doctor was here, we needed to make sure that we tested it on the living, because we knew the doctor would be opposed to that if he found out.
Grug confused. Why do this? Why be so evil and mean and bad?
I had to do what the voice said. I had to follow the master, or he would be very angry with me. You don't want to anger the master.
So I've asked a couple times now who this master is, and I've gotten really vague responses. What does this master look like?
I do not know. I only hear the voice which came from the pool. And then as our project was moving along and advancing further, the voice came out of the pool and started speaking to me in my very own room.
So I know you're covered in spiderweb tattoos. Was that before or after the voice?
The master suggested that it must be done. It would be a ward against the zombies.
I'm gonna get some spiderweb tattoos.
Grug confused. Where is this pool? You keep saying pool, but Grug no see a pool.
It was deep in the cave. The master instructed that we construct the machine that will be used to do his bidding on the side of the pool.
We came looking for Kevin Legrand. We know he's part of this. Where is he?
The master had great use for Kevin Legrand, but I have not seen him and I do not know where he is.
So, what should we do with him? I feel like we should just let him go. His mind is lost.
If his mind is lost and he's a servant of the darkness that we're trying to stop, we should end him.
Grug not think he do anything wrong, though. Grug think he just fund and help process.
He was a servant of the evil. And he will, and in my opinion, will be again if we stop.
It feels like he was maybe corrupted. It wasn't like he decided to join.
And it's really sad that he got corrupted, but he is now corrupted and needs to be dealt with.
Yeah, you're vocalizing what you all feel, and that is that maybe Colonel Daughtry wasn't initially this servant of evil, but now he is. So
I will not have any part in ending his life.
Grug sees Zerosi's point, but also does not want to partake.
Do not worry, I will just tie him up then. I'm going to just tie him up, and when they leave the room, I'm going to slice his neck.
with your knife.
Yep.
All right. So Zerosi says he's going to tie him up. Do you guys leave?
Yep, we leave the room.
Yeah.
So you tie him up. You guys leave. Zerosi finishes him off, coup de grace style, and leaves shortly thereafter. And you guys head out and make your way, still looking for Kevin Legrand.
Yeah, across the room, the only place we haven't really been.
Yep. So into the lab area. So you go across and into the laboratory area where you saw Dr. Gustafsson working. And as you get into the lab, you notice right away that the lab is, a lot of it is smashed up and broken, like it's been trashed. And you do notice lying on the floor, you don't even know if he's alive. Actually, you do. You see him moving a little bit, is Dr. Gustafsson. Apparently, he's been shot multiple times.
I'm going to go over and do some medicine check and see
Okay.
what's up. See if I can bandage him up enough to
All right.
talk to him.
Make a medicine check roll.
I need a 13 or less, and I rolled a 3.
All right. So with a greatly successful medicine check, you quickly realize that he's dying. He doesn't have long to live. You're surprised that he's not dead already, but he is kind of mumbly conscious, and as you're doing that, he kind of comes to for a moment, and a look of panic comes across his face. His urgent panic comes across his face, and he kind of begins speaking. He's like, the serum.
I'm going to step up. What? The serum. What about the serum?
You must stop Monsieur Legrand's plan. He has the serum. He will take little Benny and use it to mass produce the serum. He has enough for a dose for himself, but if he gets the materials from little Benny, he will be able to mass produce the serum. And it will, if used on the living, it will turn them into creatures that are unstoppable.
Ask him about Benny. Where is Benny? I miss Benny.
So he's mass producing from Benny. Where is Benny? I say, Zerosi says.
Little Benny, he has taken him. He's hooking him up to the machine to finish the process. Benny, his exposure to the disease is very limited, and I have come up with a belief that if he is unhooked from the machine and the procedure is not completed, he will be okay. He will revive himself. He will heal. But if the procedure is completed, Benny will die, and Mr. Legrand will be able to mass produce the serum, creating enough of it to create hundreds of zombies, if not more.
Grug wonder, what does the serum do?
The serum, in its current state, if administered to the living, will turn them into a gigantic monster beast, unstoppable. Once refined, they will be immune to pain and immune to damage. They will be unkillable.
Ewan's gonna pipe up. Well, what would happen if it was used before it was refined?
In its current state, the formula would create a similar effect, but at a much lower level. It would still turn the imbiber into a monstrous beast, but would be killable. It would be stoppable. Once it is refined, the victim, the patient would be unkillable. Oh, gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Blood comes up from his mouth, and he dies.
I put my hand over and close his eyes.
And as his dying breath, he's like, "Save Benny. And then he dies.
So, Mr. Stone was the weaker version of this monster.
That's what it sounds like.
We should go kill Benny. I mean, Kevin.
So that happens. Slip on words
It's
there.
weird. We should just kill Kevin.
Okay, so I book it down towards the machine room.
Okay.
Seeing him take off that way, I'm not going to
Yeah, and right as you guys kind of come to that realization, you hear the noise of the machine kind of turning on and becoming loud again, similar to it was when you first got here at the machine. Now it's like it's on apparently.
Grug, follow Ovak.
And you guys bolt down the hallway toward the machine room.
Yep.
All right. So running down the hallway, you get into the machine room. Now, what you see, you all three basically get there pretty much at the same time, is Benny is hooked up to the machine. He's in the chair, and he's got all the tubes inserted in him already, and he's got the little helmet thing down on him. And you see Kevin Legrand standing beside him. He's messing with some levers. The waterfall's still rushing and powering the wheel, which apparently is giving the machine some, if not all, of its power to operate. And Kevin Legrand is very intent on finishing making it work. And the machine, is this monstrosity, gothic, evil-looking machine.
So yeah, I'm just gonna yell, "I'm coming for you, friend!" And the doctor.
Yeah, just hears the "Pan to tan fire!"
Yeah.
But Neeb understands, so he hears you, and his eyes open up, and a very weak look of excitement comes. Apparently, he's in either a supreme amount of pain, or he's already been drugged to it. You're not really sure, but he's not the cheery Mr. Ovak. He just kind of opens his eyes weakly and looks at you, and a faint smile, weak smile, comes onto his face, sort of like, "Oh, Legrand's going to get it now," kind of thing. And with that, Kevin Legrand turns to look at the group as you guys come into the room.
As soon as we come around, he yells something. The guy looks around. I want to pop a couple shots at the tubes coming out of me.
All right. So if you're going to... So Ovak says what he says. Neeb looks up. Kevin Legrand looks over. And Zerosi trying to shoot one of the tubes that are hooked up to Neeb.
Yeah.
All right. So you need to roll a 4 or less.
And I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1.
Of course.
Holy
Four
cow.
or less, you said?
Yep. So you kind of hold your pistol out. Kevin Legrand ducks. You shoot, and you hit one of the tubes that's going into Neeb's neck, and it just kind of pops off of his neck. And Kevin Legrand's like, "No!" And he reaches. You notice that he's got a pistol at his side, which he didn't have before when you saw him. And he reaches for his pistol, and he's pulling his pistol out to raise it up and shoot you.
Good.
So this is an opportunity for you to use your fast draw skill.
But I've already drawn.
That's true. Put it away and pull it out again.
So when I see that, I want to aim and fire at him.
So
would it still be fast draw to react to that, essentially?
No, but it would be an initiative roll, and he would have to make his fast draw check.
Okay. Well, my initiative, I got a 25.
Yeah, you actually go before him. You two, Grug and Ovak, are you doing? You're standing still, kind of at the entry, a little bit into the room with Zerosi. The machine itself is about 10 meters away.
Okay, with the gunshot going off next to me, I'm just gonna book it towards Neeb.
So you're gonna run straight at Neeb. Zerosi's gonna just
Firing at Legrand.
firing at Legrand. And Grug,
Grug's gonna follow Ovak
so kind of run toward the machine.
with an intent of helping Neeb if he needs to, but also tackling Legrand if he has to.
Okay.
Kind of that up front, depending.
So Zerosi, you actually get to shoot first.
Okay.
And this is a regular shot.
So I need a 16 or less. I rolled a 15.
That's a hit.
And for location, I rolled a 16.
All
and
right.
actually, wait. Oh, no, I don't have that skill. It's a knife skill.
So a 16 is a chest hit.
And for damage, I rolled a 6.
Okay, so you hit him square in the chest, and he kind of falls backwards, obviously a fatal wound to Mr. Legrand.
So I see them going towards Neeb. I'm actually going towards Legrand to make sure he's actually down.
Okay. So you're looking at Neeb. Go ahead and make a medicine roll.
Okay, I rolled a 9, and I need 13 or less.
Okay. So you see that Neeb is, it's pretty simple to unhook him from this machine. It's just going to take a couple rounds.
Okay, then I'm just going to do that.
By just
So you're like unhooking him and stuff like that. Grug, you're kind of looking around and
Trying to help if I can, but
yeah,
if he's got it, then
yeah.
I'll-
He kind of says, "There's nothing you can do to help
Yeah,
me," with
yeah.
his Rusk accent.
So I'm gonna scope over to Kevin and Zerosi then.
All
Pan
right.
left.
All right, Zerosi, you notice that Kevin Legrand's been shot pretty much in the center of the chest. He's obviously a fatal wound. He's got he's he's dead, and so you kind of look at the machine and
Okay, so when I notice he's dying, I want to make sure to take his weapon so there's no like last minute shots out of him.
Okay.
And just right in front of him, I'm gonna smash the vials that we grabbed. Let
okay.
him see me doing that. Smash the vials, and then I'll go towards the machine.
Okay. All right, so you kind of do that, and he's he's in a serious amount of pain, but you can still notice a difference when you smash the valve. Like, in your face, your whole plan is destroyed now. And then, Grug, you kind of look over and see, the scene that's unfolding with Legrand and Zerosi. And as you're looking over there, you see that there's, by the water wheel, sort of a water control, there's a lever
Ooh.
on the wall
Grug
by the
levers.
water power station
I'm
kind
gonna
of.
start making my way over there.
Okay. It's not that far, so you get to it. You're finishing up unhooking Neeb from the tubes and stuff, and he's very weak, but he manages to get out. Mr. Ovak, I knew you'd save me.
Okay, I'm just going to, like, pick him up like a little baby
Okay.
and just, like, carry him.
He's considerably larger than a little baby.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I'm going to hold him
Okay.
like a baby.
All right.
Even though he's much bigger.
Okay. And Zerosi, you turn and you see, Grug kind of walking past you and Ovak.
So yeah, actually, I turn to go towards the machine. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna turn back to Kevin Legrand, and I'm gonna just ask him, "How could you do this to your family?"
Okay. He's, I guess, still he's in severe pain and dying very rapidly, but he kind of gurgles once and it's like, the greater powers, the greatness, the master. And then he just kind of falls unconscious, obviously dying.
And then I'll turn, because honestly, I didn't care what his answer was. It was more of an insult to him to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Grug's gonna pull the lever.
All right, so the lever apparently was the regulation for the water, and it was in, standard usage mode. Standard usage mode. Pulling it basically just full bore opens it up. It was
Grug say, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, as soon as the lever is pulled, the water just rushes out in a blast, and it just takes the wheel, like it starts spinning really fast, and then it just spins and breaks, and you notice that water actually starts pouring into the room that you're in.
Does Grug attempt to try and like change the lever? That's a pretty big ordeal.
Yeah, Grug's gonna try and quickly and aggressively thrust it up
Okay.
to kind of close it.
Right, but yeah, as you pull it down, you see that immediately start happening. You're like, oh no! And as you try to pull it up, apparently the force of the water is now going so much that the lever won't go back up, and you break it off trying to raise it back up. And now you're kind of holding up most of the lever in your hand.
I'm gonna take it with me.
It's
And
like
the-
a mini club.
and
Grug say, "Uh-oh."
the water is very rapidly pouring in.
Yeah, I'm going to carry Neeb out. Like,
Okay.
I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah, I'm out.
Grug follows Zerosi. Tendovek.
Okay, so you guys start bailing out of there real fast.
Apparently the water was tied to Kevin. When he died, it's just started going.
Zerosi, the king of excuses. And yeah, you guys quickly, and the water's filling up real fast. So, I mean, even with your quick movement, the water's still kind of hitting your feet. And you know that this cave has not long before it's flooded, most likely. So, running quickly through the cave, and the water's just kind of filling and rushing around, and you get back outside. You make it all the way back outside, where when you emerge outside, you don't really know what to expect, because last you saw there was a fight going on. But as you come outside, you see that the Indians, the natives have won the fight, and there's about 6 or 8 of the Daughtry boys on their knees with their hands behind their head, and the Indians have killed the rest of them. And they kind of look at you, and they see water coming out, and they can kind of hear the rushing of the water, and they're, you see them, they see you.
Grug's gonna stop and pause and be like, Hunkway think he defeated the evil. And
he lifts up the all he does is lift up the lever.
Yeah, lift up what's left of the lever.
And water's trickling out of the cave.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, the Indians are they're happy. They celebrate, whatever they do.
We'll walk toward him a little bit.
Right, and you're carrying Neeb, who weakly is like he's just staring up and smiling at you.
I reload my weapons. Just that's the thing. I always do that.
Okay, Zerosi's reload his weapons. Ovak, yeah, Neeb's just kind of in your arms, just kind of smiling up at you, like, I knew you'd come. I knew you would save me.
Is there anything that you want and or need? Because I will move mountains for you.
Everything's fine now, Mr. Ovak. Okay, and with that, you hear a roar. Similar to the sound you heard with Garrett Stone when he turned into, but deeper and fuller.
This is precisely why Zerosi never expects that you shouldn't have your weapons reloaded.
Sorry, guys, I'm hungry.
And you all spin because the noise came from the cave. And sure enough, you see a giant, monstrous Kevin Legrand, who's about, Garrett Stone had mutated and swollen to about 10 feet tall and all muscles and stuff. Kevin Legrand, and it's Kevin because he still has some of the features, and there's a large hole in the center of his chest where he was shot. But, he's probably standing 20 feet tall. He has to duck to come out of the cave, and he's just... So let's go ahead and just roll initiative.
I got a 24.
I got a 19.
16.
21. All right, so go for it, Zerosi.
Yay! I'm going to shoot him in the face.
Probably not. I'm going to guess left leg.
So my shot, I need a 16, or is he within 10 meters?
Yes.
Okay, I need a 16 less. I got 11. For location, I got 19.
Okay, so you hit him in the head.
And for damage, I got a 1.
Okay, you hit him in the head, but it doesn't seem to stop him. And then it's his turn. The monstrosity. He is actually going to take some steps toward Ovak.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's about all he does. So he takes him, he's like, he gets to you, and you're still holding Neeb.
Yep.
What is your intention?
I'm going to run away, try and find a safe place to set Neeb down and then come back to the fight.
Okay, well, you're basically running, looking for that, and he's just chasing you.
Okay.
Okay. Still first round, so what do you do, Grug? You see the monster Legrand is chasing Ovak carrying Neeb.
Grug's going to chase the monster Legrand.
Okay. With your tomahawk and...
Yeah, with tomahawk out.
So you're going to so it's like Benny Hill.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are, 20-foot tall monster bounding, obviously going to catch you pretty quickly. But not this round. And Zerosi, after you fired and you kind of start backing up, you see the natives as well as the defeated Daughtry gang members all start kind of scurrying in panic. Some of them are fleeing, but some of them are, some of the natives are shooting arrows at this thing, as well as you see a PC hand a rifle back to one of the Daughtry boys, who spins and starts shooting at this monster as well. So, let's go ahead and roll initiative for round 2. Oh my.
26.
30.
24.
40.
Oh.
That's the highest you could possibly get.
Oh.
I'd say.
So he is now on top of Ovak, and he's just going to bring a sweeping fist and take Ovak and Neeb and just palm smack him right into one of the huts. Just swat him like a fly in midair. Go flying into one of the huts. Ovac, make a coordination check.
I rolled a 1, and I needed 13 or less.
Okay, so you take the brunt of the blow, and as you're flying, use that blow to kind of spin and cover Neeb, and just fly backwards with Neeb in front of you, and you fly with your back smashing through the hut.
Yeah, protecting him.
Neeb, right? Just and you actually take 8 points of damage.
All right.
Just it was nasty smashing. You know, you've actually got some pretty decent sized splinters and pieces of wood in you, and piercing your arms and back area. But Neeb seems unharmed. So way to go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look down at Neeb and just, don't worry, I will get you to safety. And I'm just still trying to get away.
Okay.
Can Grug catch up to him and attack?
Yeah, because he kind of took a half move and just destroys.
All right, he's going to come up from behind him and use his tomahawk to slice. Yep.
Heyo.
Okay.
That's a good roll.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, that's right, because it's melee.
Melee.
Good call. 19.
19. So you just bring your tomahawk kind of jumping up in the air and using it like a Superman punch, but with a tomahawk.
And his back.
Into the middle of his, just right in the middle of the back, right in the middle spine area. Chunk. And it lets out a roar as if he is angered and feels no pain. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. I don't roll damage.
You sure don't. All right, so tomahawk back. That is 1, 4, 6. Normally that would be a killing blow. Not so in this case. Just nasty. Sunk all the way handle deep in the axe head. Trunk.
So I'm attempting fast draw to switch from my pistol to my rifle.
Just kind of toss your pistol down, swing your rifle up, and so make a fast draw. Nah, that's a fail. All right. So you kind of fumbly. Not cool at all. And several arrows are just decorating this thing. Like I would say of the natives that remained, most of them hit. So this guy's probably got already over a dozen arrows piercing his side and stuff. So Grug's like, because they're like, thinking and thunking all around where you are.
Yeah. Not a good place to be melee.
And even a couple of the Daughtry boys have shot their rifles and pistols at this thing that the natives have given back. They're like, we need all the help we can, and the Daughtry boys are equally frightened from this monster. Apparently they did not know with what evil they had dealt with, because, not cool. All right, so we are on to round 3.
I got a 24 again.
I got a 14.
23.
Okay, I got 32.
Yay.
So, having swatted you into the Ovac, into the house, and Grug doing what he does, he kind of spins around to attack Grug, who he feels is behind him. Grug, you're still holding on to the tomahawk in the middle of his back, so when he spins, you spin with him.
Heck yeah.
So he spins around to get you, and you're not there. But he does spin around, and he is now facing all the natives and the Daughtry gang that are shooting, and kind of Zerosi, who's you've backed up a bit. You've backed up a bit, but you're still in that direction.
No, not Zerosi.
And because he is so fast, monstrosity that he is, he just takes a couple of bounds with Honkway
attached.
With Grug still attached. He takes a couple of leaping bounds at the natives and the Daughtry boys, kind of sweeping his way through, hitting a couple and sending him flying. He's just this incredible strength and speed that this thing has is definitely what stands out most.
So now that he's run this way, I'm gonna collect my gear, so I'm not just leaving my pistol behind, and I'm gonna move away from him and then fire.
Okay. So you pick up your pistol from the ground, take a couple steps back, and
fire
shoot
the
a
rifle.
Shot. Yep. Oh, fire the rifle. Yeah.
And I need 16 or less, and I got a 16.
Okay, that's a hit.
And for location, I got a 4.
Okay, you hit him in the leg.
And for damage, I got a 1. But I got a wound modifier +1, so 2.
Hooray! Okay. You're you're adding to the, dozens of hits on this thing everywhere. I mean, he's just getting peppered with shots and arrows, and just the amount of just damage it's just pouring into this thing, and it's still...
I'll just cast Lightning Bolt.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so Grug, you're still hanging on.
Can I get the axe out of his back?
Just
Put my
kinda-
legs on his lower back.
Yeah, just
and
kind of pull yourself up, put your feet on his lower back, and
yank it out.
yank the axe out. Okay.
I'm gonna do that, and then can I attack again?
Yeah, I'll say, you kind of were doing that as he was moving, and then you land
Yeah.
on the ground, and as he stops, you
Or-
land right behind him.
Or you use the axe to kind of pull you up, and in the same action, you get it out as a leaping action to get a better shot at his head.
18.
Oh.
Okay.
So 19 with modifier.
Okay, so that is the chest. So actually what you wind up doing is you put your feet on his back, and with your right hand, you're pulling the axe out. With your left hand, you're kind of holding onto his side with your feet on his back. So you're like up on him, and you kind of use the momentum of pulling the axe out, pulling yourself up to swing again and hit him higher up, like in between the shoulders this time. You're like,
him.
You're using it like an ice pick.
Yeah.
yeah, just whack once again, sinking it into his upper back. Just
Grug the giant climber.
disgustingly
Yeah.
nasty, crunchy, gooey noise as you sink the axe in. Once again, how much damage is 1, 2, 3? That's 6 again. He makes a noise. All right, so over in the smashed up hut, the battered and beaten Ovak holding Neeb. Kind of pick yourself up and still cradling Neeb, just start moving away from the fight.
Yeah, because my number one goal is to protect Neeb.
Okay. So you head in the opposite direction of the scrum. And once again, just tons of shots and arrows peppering this thing. He looks like a freaking pincushion. There's arrows in his face and his neck and his chest. There's 2 big axe digs out from his back. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Go ahead and roll initiative for round 4.
Shootout.
So Zrosi's declaring shootout. So anybody that wants to, that would be you. Go
So
ahead,
just
Zrosi.
Zerosi. Yeah.
So I'm actually going to take 2 steady shots.
2, 8, so 8 or less twice.
I got a 3.
Okay. Boom.
And for location, I got 19.
All right. Boom. In the head again. So go ahead and roll your damage.
And for damage, I got a 5.
All right.
And I've got a wound modifier of 1 on my rifle, so 6.
So you rifle shot him. Boom. So yeah, actually you hit him in the jaw, and he's taken so much, bullets and shots and stuff. When you hit him in the jaw, because your rifle damage is +1 and all that, it basically blows his lower jaw out. It just goes flying. And still he seems to just keep moving and moving. And then all the shots from the natives and the Daughtry boys, just blah 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 blah. Just the noise and the smoke from the muskets and the whew. All right, so since that was a shootout round 4.
So then,
now,
do I still roll initiative
Nope.
because I want to continue moving backwards away from him?
Oh yeah, you would.
Just to see if I do that before he turns on
Correct.
me. 25.
27.
19.
32. All right. Nope. Because there's just so much chaos and fighting. He's just blindly just swinging, like as if he's just gone into frenzy and rage mode. Yeah, and he actually just slaps one of the Daughtry boys, who goes flying into the side of the cave, not making the cave entrance, by the way, but the side of the cave. Just kind of, you hear a sickening crunch as like a little blood splat is left, and the Daughtry boy falls limp to the ground. Yeah.
Grug's going to try and attack again, climb up further.
Yeah, so you're basically, in his upper back. You got your left hand on his probably left shoulder.
17, so
Oh my
18
God.
with modifier.
Oh my God. So 18.
See, I hit when it matters.
So yeah, now you sunk. You've climbed up, and now you take your axe out and you sink it into the top of his right shoulder, climbing all the way up to where you're basically head to head with this guy, except you're at the back of his head. Yeah, and crunch. Ovak's still making his way out, and another volley of arrows and gunfire from the others.
I'm gonna keep ducked behind the head though.
Oh, they hit you in the finger. Ow. And actually, the Legrand beast kind of teeters for a second, and then just falls forward.
Okay.
Okay, I actually don't want to hesitate at all. I want to just run right up his back and take the rifle right behind the head and fire.
Yeah, and I was gonna actually take the axe out and go at the back of the skull too, just to make
well,
sure.
if you'll beat me, so.
Yeah, same diff.
Okay. So yeah, you axe tomahawk to the middle back of the skull, and it just cracks it open. Yeah, kind of gross, but
Yeah.
and he is not moving at all.
Grug's gonna stand up and dust himself off. Hunkway sure he definitely defeated evil now.
So the lifeless body of the monster Legrand is there, and the Daughtry boys and the Indians are just kind of staring at what has happened in awe and confusion.
I'm gonna bend down and I'm gonna check Need, make sure that he's fine.
Yeah. You realize that he's going to be okay. He's like, thank you, Mr. Ovac. And he's like, he kind of reaches in and he kind of grabs his side. He's like, what is this? Something. And he pulls out, sort of as a surprise to him even, like a stone that seems to be pulsating with like an inner purplish light.
And I instantly know that we've defeated the evil, because this is the gem that we've been looking for.
There you go. And and the Dark Elves had said that it will make itself known when the evil is no more.
Okay. So then, knowing back what the Dark Elves said, that anyone non-Dark Elf is going to be teleported with us, and I don't want to bring these Native Americans with us.
Okay.
So I'm going to, usher, kind of yell to the guys to come towards me and, away from the group.
We comply.
I suppose. Zerosi follow Ovac.
So you guys kind of make your way over there, and you notice a PC he's kind of trying to gather everybody around, and he kind of looks over in your direction as you're all three standing considerably distant, probably 50 feet away from everybody else.
So then, listen, guys, we've got the gem. We should teleport before a PC comes over here.
Grug excited to go home. Grug not like this place so much.
I do miss my hammer.
Okay. Feel like Zerosi does more damage in this world than the other.
Okay, and then I'm gonna whisper. I'm not gonna whisper. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna say Elistray.
The moment that you say that word, everything goes black, and you feel a moment of disorientation. And as things start to come light again, it's like bright white and very cold. And that's where we're going to stop. We're going to find out what happens and where you have jumped when we resume next week.
All right.
Who dang?
It's like we're in the freezer.
Yeah. Or we went to some stupid underground world or something.
Frost World.
We're worms. Or termites.
Termite worms.
Termite worms.
I'm going to go back to Fort Griffin with Captain Carroll and start doing something because I'm not coming with you guys. You guys are going to take care of this on your own. And he kind of looks over in your direction as you're all three standing considerably distant, probably 50 feet away from everybody else.
We should hide behind a hut or something.
Well, it's not
Well,
Oh,
the
we're not
bodies
going to
stay,
teleport.
but at the same time, they're all going
Yeah.
to be like, "What happened?" And the bodies are going to be like, "The f***, I was on a train."
Yeah. Yeah.